Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Welcome to this evening section. It's a launchpad section, an information section for you to get to know the tutors of Bency College, for us to get to hear your expectations for this particular all-important project that we have for CA students. You are welcome and good evening once again. My name is Benadonko, and I'm going to be your host for this evening's section. In order for me to know whether the team members and participants can hear, yes, let me get a reaction. Felix, thank you. A few reaction from now till 6:40 will do. Ebenezer, thank you. All right. Kobe, Fee, Ifua. Let's get a reaction. Let's get the reactions. One more minute. One more minute. I think I have 72 on the call. More reactions. It's going to be an interesting discussion this evening. Okay, a few seconds. Okay. John, I see you. Ima, iPhone user. Okay, Ella, Agustina, Yao. Okay. Pearl, Samuel. Okay, it's 6:40. Thank you very much. We can start. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the reactions. We'll look at the outline of our presentation for this evening's section briefly. The outline for this evening presentation we'll be looking at the ICAG and its exam structure, the current ICAG fees, and the November 2026 CA professional timetable. We'll be looking at a bit about Bency Accountancy College and what it stands for, Nexus BI Business Solutions, why Nexus BI is partnering with Bency Accountancy College to bring all this important project to CA students. You get a chance to meet your tutors, have a pin overview of their experience and qualifications. We'll get to hear your expectations as students, and you also get to know our expectations as tutors and administrators of this all-important project. There will be a live Q&A where we want to hear from you. Give us your feedback or your earnest expectation on the project. Have you written the papers before and failed, and because of that you've given up? Let's hear your view when we get to the live Q&A. All right, so we'll just look at the ICAG. We'll go to the next slide. Next two slides. Okay, so the ICAG is a legal professional accounting body that is charged in Ghana to manage professional accounting education and practice. So the ICAG manages tax accounting practices in Ghana and also manages accounting education. And for this purpose that we've met here, the education part of ICAG takes the form of 14 papers across 3 levels. We have 4 papers for level 1, 6 papers for level 2, and 4 papers for level 3. So this is the current education structure for the ICAG. The 2026, let's go to the next slide when we explore the 2026 ICAG fees for its professional qualification and ATWA qualification. The annual subscription as it stands now is 400 Ghana cedis per annum. Registration fee to become a student of ICAG is 400, and reactivation fee for a period of 10 years. If you've been a student of ICAG and you've not written an exams before, you are deactivated from the student register. If you want to reactivate, there's a cost that you pay for that reactivation. That's 800 cedis. We'll move to the examination fees. So the examination fee, we have, as I said, there are 14 papers in all, four papers for level 1, 6 papers for level 2, and 4 papers for level 3. The examination fee for setting for these exams are, when you take level 1, if you're writing one paper in level 1, it's 533. Level 1, if you're writing 2 papers, you have 994, 1354, and 1648. If you are taking 3 and 4 papers respectively. If you are taking 2 papers, if you are taking level 2 papers, 1 paper costs 950. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 papers cost 1,742, 2,405, 2,909, 3,636, 4,363, respectively. And when you go to the level 3, the costs are displayed on the screen, right? With this slide, you get to see that the CA professional qualifications are a bit expensive, and this is just the examination fee. Your tuition has not come in, the books and your study material have not been considered. If you've been granted exemptions for certain papers in level 1 and level 2, for level 1, you pay 711. For level 2, you pay 1,139. Currently, there's no exemption for level 3, right? There's no exemption for level 3. So the amount there is just a placeholder. Currently, there's no exemption for level 3. The maximum exemption that you can get is 7 papers. You can get the level 1 papers 4, or the 4, you'll be exempted. And out of the 6 papers in level 2, you'll be exempted 5 papers. So you have 4 in level 1, then 5 in level 2, maximum of 9. So the maximum exemption that you can ever get is 9. So there's no exemption for level 3. But these are the prices. So in case we have participants who are joining who want to write the ICAG, but uncertain as to the price, this can serve as a guide. We'll move on to the next slide to get to see the published fees for the 2026 March ICAG exams. The published fee for the various exam dates will mirror the annual fees that the ICAG sets somewhere in December of every year. So December 2025, the ICAG has already set the prices of its examination and exemption plus annual subscription and registration fees for the year 2026. So during any exams, they are just published rates or fees that is making reference to what the ICAG Council has already set. All right, so this is an idea of some of the prices. This at least gives more picture to the cost that students are likely to pay. We are working towards November 2026 examination. So it will be expedient for us to know the November 2026 ICAG timetable. Before I continue, this whole section is for the CA professional qualification exams of the ICAG. The ICAG runs 2 main professional qualifications. We have the ATWA and we have the CA. So in case anyone is joining for ATWA, the whole program or project is for the CA, not the ATWA. The ATWA is Accounting Technicians for West Africa, right? But you're not doing that one. We are actually focusing on the Chartered Accountancy Professional Qualification. November exams will span from the 2nd November to the 6th November. And currently, we are focusing on some selected papers in level 2 and level 3. So we've intentionally omitted the level 1 timetable. So with level 2, we'll be doing financial reporting. That the accounting papers are written usually at the early part of the examination week. So accountings for each level is written on the first day, followed by the next closest accounting paper. All right, so in level 3, the next closest accounting paper will be audit and assurance. The strategic case study is a capstone course. So that's the last course that you write in level 3. That will be on the 6th November. Advanced taxation is on the 4th November. So this is the guide. This is our guide. So whatever we do for this project, we should not and we cannot finish the project 1st November 2026. No, we are not we do a disservice for students. So our target is to give enough room for revision and examination techniques. Then also to give one room for students to do personal and group discussion. So that's a bit about the whole program and what we are working towards. Mm. So Bency Accountancy College is a registered tuition partner of the ICAG, and we have been partnered with ICAG since 2018. We've trained over 50 chartered accountants, and currently we are focused on only online tuition. We do level 2 and level 3. Right, so that's a bit about Bency Accountancy College. When you go to the ICAG website, as part of the registered tuition providers or partners in learning of the ICAG, Bency Accountancy College is registered as part of the tuition providers in good standing with the ICAG. Right. But this whole project is being made possible because of Nexus BI Business Solutions. Nexus BI Business Solution is providing the resources for this project of free CA tuition. Nexus BI is a management consultant firm, and the focus is to drive value for SMEs in Ghana. You look at it sometimes, SMEs in Ghana, when it comes to proper managerial accounting, tax advisory, and data analytics, they are left behind because of resources. Nexus BI, it's in that space of ensuring that there is a holistic management consulting services for SMEs to drive value in our economy. We do tax advisory, we do tax defense at GRA, BI analytics, managerial reporting. It is a deal, due diligence, business valuation, audit and assurance, financial reporting. We are doing AI engineering and automation and all regulatory compliance for SMEs. Some of the sectors that we operate in: agriculture and agro processing, energy, hospitality, manufacturing, pharmaceutical sector, etc. We cut across diverse industries in Ghana. Our operating office in Achimota, Kingsby, right? So Nexus BI is making this whole project possible by partnering with Bency Accountancy College. Now let's go to the free CA tuition project, right? Let's go to the free CA tuition project. As we've said, the CA journey can be very expensive and frustrating. There are instances I've been teaching ICAG since 2017. So you can say close to 9 years. There are instances where sometimes students are unwilling to continue with the CA journey because they've saved hard-earned money to write the exams, and sometimes the exam, sometimes look at the structure, it didn't favor the students, right? And it can be frustrating. You write an exam, you get 49, you get 48. You don't want to continue because you look as if you are throwing money down the drain. So as a way of motivating students, I know you can't throw away your CA journey or your professional journey because of funding. So we are coming in to provide counseling, support, not just with free tuition, but also give guidance to students as to how to combine papers, as to how to answer exam questions. The focus is that it's not only about the knowledge, it's about how we present our results in the exams. When I do my exam technique, for example, for financial reporting or corporate reporting, sometimes the way we set up our result answers some ticks and marks. If you are being guided to answer exam questions from the eye of an examiner, there is the possibility of scoring higher on your exam. So That is the focal point of the project. And Nexus BI, in partnership with Bency Accountancy College, is trying to reduce this burden of qualifying for CA exams. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? Or even if it is difficult, we are here to support to some extent or to some degree. Unfortunately, we will not be able to do all the papers in level 2 and in level 3, right? We are limited. So we'll be doing financial reporting, financial management, principles of taxation, audit and assurance, and public sector accounting finance. That is for the level 2, right? Then level 3, we'll be doing corporate reporting, advanced audit and assurance, and taxation, advanced taxation. It is just this evening that we were able to get a tutor on board to take public sector accounting and finance and advanced taxation, right? So it's a humanitarian project. As and when we get resources, we try as much as possible to improve or to add value. You can go back to the previous slides. As and when we get resources, we try as much as possible to add those courses. Our MA tutor, in the person of Daniel Asante, one fantastic young man. He was the overall best management accounting student during his time. Right, quite a higher mark on the exam. But unfortunately, Daniel is not available. He's not around. He's currently doing his masters in the US. So unfortunately for us, we couldn't get him for this project. But hopefully, when we run it again next year, we should be able to get Daniel on board. And if Daniel is supposed to teach you management accounting, you are rest assured that you pass your MA without any wahala. So that's the reason, right? Case study, we will not be able to run case study. What I stand for is quality. If we don't have the resources to do it, we don't start it at all. So if we don't have someone, I can do case study, I can teach strategic case study, but the amount of time and our project timeline is limited. I'm taking financial reporting and I'm also taking corporate reporting. These are the courses that I can teach effectively within the stated time frame, right? But in subsequent projects, if we have the resources, we will try and expand or do all level 2, level 3. There are some instances where pairing of papers is a strategic advantage for students. This is just a guide, but not necessarily a rule. So when you go to the next slide, it's just a guide, not necessarily a rule. So it's easier to combine FR with PSA. Let's go back. It's easier to combine FR with PSA. Why? Because in FR, we'll be looking at the International Financial Reporting Standard. In PSA, we'll be looking at the IPSAS. So those standards, the International Public Sector Accounting Standard and the International Financial Reporting Standard, they bear some level of similarity, right? Because the International Public Sector Accounting Standard is now using the accrual standard, whereas the IFRS also use the accrual standard. So it's easier for you to learn these papers together. MA and MA and FM are computational papers, right? There's a lot of computation. So usually it's advised that when you have MA, you don't combine MA to FM, right? So you can combine FM to tax or FM to audit, or you can combine MA to tax or MA to audit, because audit is more theory reading, whereas MA and FM are computational. But if you have someone who is strong in computation, you can combine FM and MA. So this is a guide, it's not a rule, right? CRAA is fantastic combination. You learn all the advanced accounting standard in CR, and they'll be applicable or they'll be audited in advanced audit and assurance. So fantastic. The best combination in level 3 is CR and AA. When we combine advanced tax to case study, it's just because there's no other paper to combine. Case study stands on its own, right? Ideally, the best course to combine case study with is management accounting. So it means that if you don't have management accounting, you only have case study, it's best to sometimes revise your management accounting. All right, thank you very much. So I want to know, who is this project for? Who is this project for? Anyone pursuing the CA journey, for the selected papers that we've shared, right? There are some instances where you might have CA professionals, like chartered accountant. If you ask them about a new accounting standard or a new tax treatment, you shouldn't be surprised if they don't get it, right? But sometimes the frustration that people go through in getting their CA qualification, after that, they don't know anything about CA. When they see the IFRS, they want to run away. But if you're a CA or a finance professional, you can join as a refresher courses. It's an important avenue to refresh your knowledge on some of this. It can be a base for your CPD, continual professional development. And graduate accounting students, right? You can join whether you've registered for the ICAG or not. The whole project serves available base or hub to tap into knowledge when it comes to accounting, taxation, audit, and financial management. The general public can also join. Right? I've done a bit of CA, Bency, Nexus. Let's take a glimpse of the experience and qualifications of the tutors who will be running this project, my able team members. We look at Emmanuel Anderson, CA, is a chartered accountant and a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. 6+ years professional experience, fantastic young man, statutory audit, tax compliance, financial reporting. He's currently the finance manager at Apex Trustees, right, where he leads in budgeting, financial reporting, risk management at Apex Trustee Limited. He still consults for 3VF Limited as a financial consultant, providing timely guidance on taxation, financial modeling. Hands-on experience, yes. Emmanuel, for the past 4 years, has been impressive with audit and assurance, FM, and PSC. Right. He's an ICG award winner. He's overall best student for financial management 2020. So if you have Emmanuel teaching you FM, you should rest assured. We go to Moscow, Apia, CA, and he has an MBA in accounting. MBA in accounting from University of Cape Coast is not a joke, right? University of Cape Coast, they don't treat MBA students with that luxury. They will drill you. So if someone is doing MBA in accounting from University of Cape Coast, you should know that the person is very robust. Hey, there's an experience that I want to share. One of my friends' mother went to do masters in UCC, and I think the thesis, right, they failed there. She asked, Bernard, how do you feel someone in thesis, masters? How can you feel someone? It's only your school. So the woman didn't write it again. She left the school, went to another school to do masters. So to do MBA in accounting, University of Cape Coast, serious guy. He's a senior associate at Agro Crown West Africa. He has teaching experience with the College of Distance Education, University of Cape Coast, right? Very good and experienced guy who can bridge theory and practice when it comes to the accounting field. I thank you, Moscow, for your time. We go to Samuel Ofori. Samuel Ofori is a CA and a member of the ICAG, 5 years continuous professional experience, statutory audit, tax compliance, financial reporting. He's a trained chartered accountant with BNA chartered accountant. So he trained as a chartered accountant and also is currently the factory accountant at Agro Crown West Africa. Then we take the last tutor for okay. we take the last tutor, Bernardonko, that's myself, right? I'm a chartered accountant, chartered certified tax practitioner, financial planning and valuation analyst, a member of ICAG and CIT. I'm just a member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana, 10 years professional experience, treasury management. Currently, I'm the partner of Nexus BI Business Solutions. And I established Bency Accountancy College to train young professionals. Right? I didn't know why CA education should be so expensive. So we established Nexus BI to Bency Accountancy College to train young professionals. From that project, since 2018, we've trained 50 plus CAs in Ghana. Teaching experience, FR, CRA, advanced audit and assurance, strategic case study, principles of taxation, advanced taxation. Bernard is a multiple ICG award winner. I was the award winner for level 1 and financial management. I'm going to be the lead tutor for this free CA tuition project so that it doesn't look like because it's free, they are not managing the quality. So as the lead tutor, what are some of my responsibility? So on the next slide, you get to see some of my responsibility as a lead tutor for this particular all-important project. So that's my face. All right, that's my face. What is that yellow thing? It's affecting my smile. That is by the way. So I'm supposed to ensure tuition quality control, right? So to review the slides of it's okay. Yeah, thank you for erasing that. So we have to review tuition quality, right? Review tuition quality. I have to manage the execution of this project within. We have a strict timeline that we are supposed to follow, and we're also supposed to manage quality, right? Are we providing professional counseling for students, right? There is this story I want to share. One of my students, she's a chartered accountant, and unfortunately, after chartering, she didn't stay in Ghana. She went to Canada. So she wrote FR and she failed, and she wrote FR somewhere and she failed. So she came to Bency and she wrote the FR and she failed. And I told the lady that no, she didn't fail because she didn't know. I got to realize that when I gave her a test in class, she has one of the best handwritings in the world. She writes as if she's drawing. She writes as if she's drawing. She takes her time to write. And I say, oh, okay. So this is the source of our problem. This is the source of our problem. No. Like we want more content. We don't want beautiful handwriting. One of my good friends, he writes like he writes like Akoka or sexual form. That's what I said.
I not even sleep at all.
Can you mute? Mm-hmm. That my friend writes terribly, like one of the terrible handwriting you can ever see, right? But when he wrote level 1, he was the overall best level 1. When he wrote level 2, he was the overall best in level 2. With that terrible handwriting, so I told the leader, no. So you see, it's not about nice handwriting. Let's complete the paper within the 3 hours that have been given. So we have to provide a lot of counseling, right, to students. They also manage the resources. So this is my responsibility as lead tutor for the project, right? The mode of delivery for this tuition is, let's see the mode of delivery. So fully online, everything is online. We'll have live online sections where students can engage in discussion. For instance, we have this Zoom discussion. I'm presenting, you have questions. You don't wait for me to finish. You come in. Man, I didn't understand. Let's have a discussion. It's an open class, but we have to try as much as possible to ensure that there's no feedback or interruption, right? So when you're not speaking, you mute. When you want to speak, you just join in, raise up your hand, and it should be like a live in-person class discussion. We'll have YouTube recordings, so every section will be streamed online. So in case you miss the section, I know Accra life, work life can be very stressful. So now you are committing to work and you have to join into a call. We'll have the YouTube recorded video. You can always go to YouTube and play those videos. If you have any questions, we'll have accessibility to tutors to some degree, emails and WhatsApp, and focus in certain limited instances or circumstances. We have pre-recorded videos for some selected courses and topics. So we used to have a Thinkific account where we did some live recordings or some recorded videos on topics, and we hosted them. The videos are there, they are still relevant. So we can make those videos available to students if they are interested. It doesn't replace the live, the online live sections, no, but it serves as a base. It can support you to grade a degree. We'll be using Google Classroom to store our documents. We use Google Classroom as a repo and also to do our official communication, even though we also have the WhatsApp page, right? So we use emails because once you join Google Classroom, every communication from Google Classroom automatically routes to your email, and you have very limited WhatsApp and personal phone calls. But you still have good access to the tutors. It's very important you have that access, right? I've spoken a lot. What do I expect from tutor students? What do I expect from tutors? Not just me, myself and all the tutors who are committing valuable resources. What do I expect? So the first one is 100% commitment from participants. See, the CA is like you can't put one leg in the water and say that you want to swim. No, it is 100% commitment, right? It puts a lot of pressure. It affects our social life, our social circle. I can remember when we were doing the CA in person, we were only doing it on we tried evening, right? We tried evening. So we were meeting at La Paz, adjacent the Prudential Bank. We started evening. So students will close from work, right? Then they will have to commute through Accra traffic, get to La Paz. We started 1, 2, second week. Then one guy fell sick. And he stopped the class because the pressure was too much. So we shifted to weekends. But weekends, we realize that weekends also jam packed. When we come in the morning, 6 a.m., we'll be there till like 8 p.m. So whatever way that we look at it, it's going to place a lot of pressure on your time. So if we're doing the CA in person on weekends, we realize that other social activities or engagements, you might not be able to attend those or honor those social engagements, like going for weddings. So you can go for some of the weddings. So you realize that there's some level of commitment that you have to put in, not just free tuition, but in your CA professional journey. Read ahead and read before coming to class. Right, that's basic. See, I don't know if you've seen the corporate reporting syllabus or you've seen the FR syllabus. Once we stand here in 16th August, we have barely 10 weeks to the exams, right? 10 weeks is woefully inadequate. So we said 10 weeks, it sounds plenty, but in 10 weeks, if you take a course like FR, I'll meet you maximum of 3 hours, right, for 9 weeks. Right, maximum of 3 hours for 9 weeks. That's 27 hours, right? So you realize that if you don't read before coming to class, the quality of discussion or interaction will reduce, right? So try as much as possible. It is very important to read before coming to class. Come with question, come with confusion, right? Go and read, don't understand, you just come. But when I read consolidation, there is the D-shape consolidation. I realized that the indirect holding adjustment, you come with those confusion, right? Or you come with that confusion. Once we start the discussion, you realize that I threw more light on your confusion. It becomes clearer. If you are doing CR, meaning that you've passed FR, or meaning that you've done an equivalent education or training, that's the ICAG in their life thing that they should exempt you from FR. So when you come to CR, this is not a time for me to come and teach you IES system, PPE. Now, PPE, there's cost model and there's evaluation model. For cost model, no. See, it will waste your time and it will waste my time. So for those ones, you realize that there will be prerequisite accounting standard will be required to study before CR. For CR, you are looking at complex accounting standard. We're looking at IFRS 10, 11. We're looking at 13 fair value measurement. We're looking at IFRS 15 revenue from contract to those interesting ones. So read before coming to class. If you don't want to read there, class na page. Attendance and punctuality. Yes, so attend class, be punctual, come on time. Don't come when we are one eye in the class. Then you can say, okay, sorry, you perhaps I've missed it. So then you ask questions to take us back. We have limited time. Please, let's be punctual. There are also YouTube videos for you as well. So you can always, in case you miss any class, you can be punctual by also listening to the videos and sending questions or issues to your tutors for them to answer. Participation in class, in live discussion is very important, right? Florence, is your hand up? If your hand is up, please feel free. Ask your question, Florence. If not, then I'll continue. Okay, your hand is up. But in case you want to talk, please unmute and talk, Florence. In live class, please don't join the class and put the phone somewhere. No. It's the way you have an in-person class attention. Have a similar one for the online. Join. Let's have discussion. We'll have study groups or circles, right? Please have that level, level of discussion with your group members. If they are assignment by tutors, please do well to answer them and send them for feedback. Okay, so I've said our expectation. I don't know, but yes. So Florence, please ask your question. Unmute and ask your question. Florence, I can see your hand up. Please unmute and ask your question. In case you are talking, we can't hear you, so you have to unmute. And at any point in time when you unmute, please feel free to interject. I'm okay. And that's our expectation from students. Okay, probably the students also have the expectation. Let's see some expectation from students.
Yeah. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, so I have two questions. Please, would the timetable be provided to us so that we know the days that we'll be having the various classes?
Yes, please. Yes, please. We'll share the timetable with you on Monday. So right after this evening, tomorrow morning, we'll share the timetable with you. Initially, the timetable was ready, but we had two additions, so we have to readjust. So we'll share the timetable government tomorrow.
Okay, and secondly, would it be in case maybe the time is on our side since it's 10 weeks left? Maybe, would it be additional time? Maybe don't meeting by the lecturer when necessary or something?
No, please. Looking at our timelines and our timetable, which we'll be able to complete within the stated time frame that we have.
Okay, and lastly, please, okay, the last one is will it come by with the past questions to once so that we solve past questions to concurrently together with the lecturing?
Yeah, so past questions are readily available on the ICAG website. The kind of tuition that we want to do is not the 100% theoretical tuition, even though in some instances the theory, it's important to understand or solve any type of question you'll be presented with. For example, when you take FR, a student appreciation of some of the major accounting standards, right? It's important to solve any form of question that the ICG throws at the student. So if you actually understand a standard well, it's easier to solve any question. So you see, the exam questions are set on a standard, not standard on a question. So if we take question and we solve, and you only understand that question and you don't understand the standard, it becomes a problem. Right? It becomes a problem. But in as far as we are trying to teach the standards to, we also let you know that this is how sometimes questions are set. So in your quest to learn the standard, try as much as possible to have this idea that, okay, this is how prior periods, the ICG has set question or they've examined or tested students' knowledge in this standard. Right. So yeah, we'll do that. But the ICAG past questions are readily available on the ICAG website. So you can freely download. In case a tutor wants you to download a paper or a past question and have a review before their live discussion, they would inform the student. Right. But we will try and finish within the 9 weeks and do the revision, 1 week revision. Okay. So I have some expectations of students, might not be all, but when we go to the live section, feel free to come up with your expectation is not here. So yes, so 100% online. So delivery method is 100% online to be streamed on YouTube. Tutor accessibility, yes, you have access to tutors, email and WhatsApp only. There's limited room for phone calls, right? Not that you can't call, you can call, right? But if we have about 550 participants on the WhatsApp platform. If let's say 200 people are doing FR or doing CR, and all 200 are calling me at the same time, it becomes a bit chaotic. But once it's WhatsApp, once it's email, those ones can be addressed on timely basis. Learning materials, yes, we'll give you slides and other tuition material that we've prepared, right? So for all the courses, we have slides available, readily available. There'll be revision, yes, there'll be revision, and how to answer exam question techniques will be done for you. Probably if I've not captured your expectation, when we go to the Q&A, you let me know. But in the meantime, let's go to the project timeline. The project timeline is guided by the November 2026 ICG timetable, right? So when we look at our project timeline is 10 weeks. You're looking at 10 weeks of tuition, right? So this 10 weeks, we are starting from the 17th August to 24th October. That gives us about nine weeks of tuition, right? Then we have 1 week of revision and exam strategy or techniques. That 1 week of exam strategy will happen in the last week of 24th October, out thereabout. Right. So from 17th to 24th is 10 weeks. We'll do 9 weeks tuition, then 9-week exam strategy. Then students will be allowed 26th to 30th October for personal revision, group discussion. During this time, tutors will be available and on standby to answer questions. So you can send questions. Man, I was solving this question, I didn't understand, or I solved it this way. The ICG solved it in that way. Can you please provide clarity? Yeah, we will do that. But we might not do that for everyone because as I said, the time is very limited. Right. So if it's a question that you are solving, probably you might want to come in and do it for a group of yes, in a group setting. Your our timetable will be shared on Monday. As I said, Monday morning we'll share a timetable because we had to do a few amendments this evening. So we'll share the timetable with you on Monday. All right, so the floor is open. Live questions and answers. What are your expectations? Have we covered or captured all your expectations? What are your questions? Why are you here? The floor is open. Let's go.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Gaffrey.
Hello.
Yeah, Gaffrey, please go on.
Good
We can
evening,
hear
sir.
you. Yeah, good evening.
Thank you for this great initiative. Please, I want to find out if, with the calculation, if Excel sheet is going to be used or we are going to use writing pad.
The exam is it's paper based.
Oh, I mean the mode of teaching online, and then I'm asking if it will be Excel that yes, like writing. Will you be using writing pad or Excel sheet?
Some tutors will use writing pad, others will use Excel. But whatever question I want to discuss, most of the time we give it to students beforehand so that they can attempt those questions. So there are instances where I don't have my CR slides. So we have my corporate reporting slides, right? If I'm doing something like complex consolidation, right? I'm doing complex consolidation. I'm doing complex consolidation where we have a parent and a subsidiary, and holding company comes to acquire the parent. So automatically at the time of acquiring the parent, the holding company acquires the subsidiary. The question can be long, right? The question can be long.
Okay.
I might have the solution, right? But I can also break the solution down in stages. We can solve it online, but we are being guided by time. 3 hours, we can use probably 1 hour or 1 hour, 30 minutes or close to 2 hours to solve one question. It will be prudent, right, to first give the question to student, right, for student to attempt the question. Then when we come, we are discussing the steps or approach to solve this question. In case you are given this question in the exams, the approach to solve the question, it's easier and better to discuss the solution rather than reworking the solution in class. It's not as if we cannot rework the solution. We can. We are more than capable. By looking at the best way for you to assimilate the knowledge. So in that instance, Kafui, you realize that when we are solving that question, the tutor is not using an online whiteboard to do T account to solve. In that instance, the tutor has done the solution and is presenting the solution in a coherent manner to students so that students can make meaning out of. I don't know whether you get us. So yes, so we'll use Excel, we'll use whiteboard in some instances, but in most of the instances for my class, I will use how to call it, guided solutions. But if there are any questions that students ask that can easily be attempted using how to call it, whiteboard or Excel, we can do that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. We have live session. We have live Q&A from now to 7:30. Please feel free. That's the expectation.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes.
Mr. Donko, a quick one.
Okay.
So, please, does this imply that those without any prior knowledge in accounting, this session might not be favorable?
No. If you don't have prior knowledge in accounting, what level are you starting from? If you are starting from level 2, you do financial reporting. So if I'm teaching you financial reporting, I will assume that either you have SS level accounting or you're now starting accounting. So there will be an approach. The way we would present accounting to you, we will start in a nice way, that the way football regulation is done in the world, right? You know, when you go to the international level, it is FIFA that regulates football, like, right? And when it comes to Ghana, it is GFA. That is the same way accounting to when you go to the international level. There is the International Federation of Accountants. When it comes to Ghana, it's the ICAG. We will present it in this way so that you understand. But it gets tougher along the line. But if you are doing CR, you can't do CR and say that you don't have prior knowledge in accounting, because for them to have exempted you in FR, it means that you did probably a master's in accounting or other accounting related courses or certificates for them to grant you that exemption. But if you are coming from an accounting background to start the CA journey, right? To start the CA journey, we should be guided by realistic timelines. So there have instances where people come from other background to do accounting. I'll tell them, okay, if this is the first time doing accounting, I don't know your level of assimilation, right, and your capacity to understand. But I would suggest that you join the section for knowledge first before exams, right? So when you are joining, for instance, if you are doing accounting for the first time and I'm doing my FR, I will not suggest that you write in November, but let's pretend you are writing November and let's learn towards it. Then in subsequent section, once you get solid basis, you can register sit for the exams. Okay. Yes, please feel free if you want this up. Please, those on YouTube, kindly subscribe to our channel so that you can get timely. Okay, right, sure. Right. Those on YouTube, kindly subscribe to our channel. Yeah, Mohammed, please ask your question.
My question is, you mentioned about some pre-recorded videos Where can
Yes,
we
please.
find those recorded videos?
Oh, good. So
available?
the pre-recorded videos are on the Nexus BI shared drive. So what we'll do is that once we onboard every student to the Google Classroom, we'll have your email, right? Then in your email, we'll add that email to the shared drive that hosts or that contains all the videos. So you can easily download the videos and play the videos at your own leisure time.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Sir, please, the YouTube, sir, please, the YouTube link. Have you shared it already in there so that we can subscribe?
Yeah, so the YouTube link is part of the initial message we sent this evening.
Okay, thank you. Then let me. Okay.
Okay, you're welcome.
Please, I wanted to ask, prior to the question, the statement you made earlier about preparing before coming to the class, I wanted to know whether you are going to share the topics with us before the class. So
Yes,
that
please.
we'll be
Yes,
able
please.
to know.
Yes, please. We share the topics. From my side, I think I have my CR and my FR slides are ready from start to finish. So I can give you the slides. You can have all the slides. I can even direct you to some of the pre-recorded videos, right? So when I come into class, if you have time, right, and you're a bit committed, you would have gotten access to the slides. You can also get to listen to an already pre-recorded video like on an accounting standard that we are coming to discuss. So you come to class with armed with this knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, Graham, please ask your question.
Please, good evening.
Good evening,
Please, I want to
please.
add that the exemptions, the money with the exemptions, is it for only the exempted papers or for a particular paper?
For the exempted paper. So if you have become accounting, if you need to become accounting, you have automatic sales paper exemption level 2, level 1, 4 papers, and level 2, 2 papers. Right. So you're exempted from audit and principles of taxation. Each of these paper has a fee that you have to pay. So that's the exemption fee. Right. So there is the fee that you pay to register as ICAG student. There's an annual subscription that you pay. There is the fee that you pay if you are exempted from a paper, and there's a fee that you pay to sit for a paper that you've not been exempted from.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Please ask your question, then Nelly, you can ask your question after that.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening, Ifua.
Please, I have two questions.
Okay,
The
please.
first one, how are the groupings going to be done? And then the second one is, you mentioned earlier about some papers that are good to write together, to pair together. Is it advisable to write PSA and AAA?
Okay, thank you. So, yes, I got your question. I'll take Nelly's question, then I'll answer, then come to Sena.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, please. I'd like to know if you are registering with the actual, would you still pay for the exemptions?
Yes, please. You pay for the exemptions.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So the groupings, now we are all on one WhatsApp platform. I don't really know the papers that the student would want to register. So once we set the Google Classroom, we get to group the students into the Google Classroom. From the Google Classroom, we will do the groupings. So that's if I don't know, if you only have PSA and AAA, you can write PSA and AAA. So the grouping that I spoke about was just a guide, right? Not a fast rules or hard rules. If you have PSC and A, as I said, there are some students who are very good when it comes to computational papers. So give them MA, add FM, they are okay. Some too much computation, limited time, it's a bit frustrating. So they want a fair balance. Give me one computational and one a theoretical analytical paper, and I'm okay. Right. So if you only have PSA and AA, that's the only two papers that you have. So you have to write them together. Right. But if there are other, let's say, alternative, you have PSA, AA, and FR, right? It's better to write the PSA with the FR, right? The level 2 audit does not really test so much on your IFRS, unlike the level 3 that will test you on the IFRS. So if you have PSA, AA, FR, and you have to write 2, my advice would be PSA, FR, right? But still, can still boil down to student preference after probably a one-on-one discussion. If you have a follow-up question, please ask so that Rebecca can ask.
Okay, so I have PSA in level 2. I have just that in level 2 and then the level 3 papers. The 4 papers in level 3.
Okay.
And I wanted to write the PSA with a paper in level 3. That's why I was asking if it's advisable to add AAA.
No. So let me give you my honest advice, right? Level 3 can be a bit demanding. We are running this project. We'll do 3 papers in level 3, and we'll do your PSA, right? So your PSA is sorted. Rather, focus your 100% attention on the PSA, right? And put some considerable effort in 2 papers of the level 3, right? You pass your PSA, right? You pass your PSA. And once you pass your PSA, if we go to March and we are going to write level 3, by then you have some practical knowledge, in-depth knowledge in 2 papers already. So when we are preparing for that papers, you can focus on the 2. So let's say, let me give you a practical example. So in this project, you are going to do PSA, that's for sure. There are 2 papers, there are 3 papers in level 3 that will be organizing. Do CA, add A to it, right? Because CA and AA goes together, right? Your 100% focus or commitment is to the PSA. Let's focus all your attention, all your effort there. But don't treat the CR and AA as if they are some side gig. See them as if you are going to write them in November, even though we will not write them in November. We will spend a lot of time reading as part of our study plan. Even for the first, let's say, 8 weeks, we'll spend considerable amount of time learning CR and AA alongside PSA. Week 8, we'll drop CA, we'll drop the focus on CR and AA. Then we'll mash up all our attention on PSA and pass PSA in November. Right? November to December, when we write the paper, revise your CR and AA. So that by the time we start January, right, 2027, you have an advanced knowledge in corporate reporting and advanced audit and assurance. When you are going to prepare for level 3, you realize that these 2 papers will come easy to you, right? Then you can choose to add the remaining 2 as if you're going to try. The probability that you pass 3 out of 4 is greater. So it's trying to increase our probability of what passing. So that will be my advice to you. If you I don't know whether that's help you.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Rebecca, please ask your question, and we'll take Sena's question.
Okay. Can you kindly help me out with the exemption if you are registering with a BSc in accounting and finance?
BSc accounting and finance. Yes, you 4 papers in level 1, then you get 2 papers in level 2. 2 papers in level 2, you'll be exempted from audit and assurance and financial reporting. I always tell students that in case you are exempted from audit and assurance and financial reporting, that's not the end, right? You've been exempted from the writing of their exams, but you've not been exempted from the implication of these papers. So audit and assurance, you meet it in advanced audit and assurance. FR, you meet a bit of FR in corporate reporting. So you'll be exempted from the writing of the papers, not the impact of the papers. So that's it. Rebecca, I don't know whether I've answered your question.
Good, you have. Thank you.
You're welcome. Senna, please ask your question, then from we can take that of Sheila.
Okay, thank you very much. So I just want to know if this free tuition project is just for this diet or it extends to maybe next year also.
First of all, now it's for this diet, right? We'll assess our project, look at the impact. Our focus is to impact students positively. Students that have been led stranded because of money, because of counseling, because of quality tuition, we are coming in to offer that help. Once we see results and we measure the result against our project metrics, who knows, we can even do it for the next 2 years.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll take Shalini Yao.
Hi, Bernard. Good evening,
Yeah.
everyone.
Good
I
evening.
asked the
Is it the
question.
slide that I know, the one that you... Yeah, the one.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So I asked the question in the group chat, but I think you may not attending to it anytime soon. So
Okay, please feel free to ask your question.
yeah, so I was asking if I'm trying to take MA and PSA in November, but the program you're running for November diet is not covering MA. So I was wondering if there will still be available resources for students who want to have self-study for MA, and whatever the response is. I also want to know if it is okay I pay MA with PSA, or I should rather do PSA with financial management. Those are the three papers I have left in level 2. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. My advice, if you have 3% level 2, PSC, FM, MA, let's do PSC and FM for this diet. Let's focus our attention on it. Because for these two papers, you'll be given the tuition and the resources, right? MA can be involving. Probably, who knows, probably next year, Daniel will join us as our tutors on the project and do MA for you. So let's focus our attention on PSC and FM for this diet. For resources, we currently don't have resources that we are going to share on MA. That I cannot guarantee. But for PSC, FM, that I can guarantee. And I think based on when I started with the presentation, the project is for some selected papers. So, unfortunately, you're not doing MA and strategic case study. If you've not joined our YouTube, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's try and wrap up the next few minutes. If you're not on our WhatsApp platform, please join our WhatsApp platform so that you can get timely information. Please feel free to share. It's an impact project, right? There's the assessment of the project is dependent on how many people we can possibly impact. So please feel free to share. Okay, we'll take you out, then we'll end the section. Now, please ask your question.
All right, so would the various courses platform be created on the main WhatsApp page? So maybe in case somebody is doing the PSA, would their WhatsApp platform be created so that the person can join directly?
Okay.
Or are we going to? Yes, I want to know how we're going to do it if everybody will move to the class.
So we'll create those sub classes on WhatsApp. Then we'll share the link on the page for you to join.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you very much. It has been an interactive discussion from 6:30 till now. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Okay, we'll take Rebecca and Yao. Let's take your question whilst we wrap up.
Okay,
sorry, it was the old one. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay, a final question. Since you're going to be grouping us or sectioning us, could you take like 2 courses at a time, or you may have to take one before the next?
Come again.
Okay, so you made mention there's going to be a Google class, there's going to be some sectioning, and I'm asking, is it possible for us to take multiple classes, or it's just going to be a paper?
No. You can take multiple classes. So we are running about 5 papers in level 2, then 3 papers in level 3. I think when when I was answering Nelly's question, I said she can do PSA, right, which is a paper, and join the CR and advanced audit and assurance paper. So she's joining three tuition section. And because of this reason, we are trying as much as possible to come up with our timetable such that no two class will clash. So if student wants to do, let's say, PSA and join the level 3 to get informational knowledge, we don't want them to miss on that opportunity. So that opportunity, that avenue is being made. That's why when we got the two new courses, PSA and advanced tax, we had to go and redo our timetable. So feel free to join courses that you would want to get knowledge from.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, please let's take your question and end the section, please.
Oh, please, it was the
Okay.
hand. Thank you, please. I'll leave the white.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay,
sorry.
okay, sure. But in case there are any questions, please feel free to DM the admins of the WhatsApp page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of other quality videos and tuition available. We'll set up the Google Classroom. We'll get your emails. Then we can onboard you. You can grant you access to the pre-recorded videos. You can start learning. We'll give you access to all the slides. All right, so it has been an impactful section. Thank you very much for joining and staying with us throughout the section. So grateful for your time. I hope we have an impactful CA tuition project, and I would count on your support to make this a success. Thank you very much.